Hey, this is Jack from Alpha Charts with a stocks to watch video. Today is March 19th, 2023. Before we get started, this video is for informational purposes only. These are not recommendations to buy, sell, or hold any stock or security. Now, I may hold positions in some of the equities mentioned. Know your time frame and risk tolerance. Also, if you like these videos, please stop right now and give a subscribe to my channel. I really do appreciate it. Keeps me making these videos. Again, that's one of the metrics that I definitely watch to make sure that I'm getting more and more people for subscribing. So please help me out with that and give it a like as well while you're there. You can find me at Alpha Charge 365 on Twitter if you're interested in that. I'm always posting I think interesting ideas over there and stuff I'm thinking about during the week and on the weekends. And then I also have a super follow group through Twitter if you're interested. There is that as well. Today we're going to be using Deep View charting software. It's still in beta, but it should be released fairly soon, and I'm really liking it. So we're going to be using that today. Let's get going. Cues. So we have the downtrend line, we have the breakout, and now we have this little, higher low, right? From here, we have a higher low. But we've had lower highs now for quite a bit, right? So lower high, lower high, lower high. We can say that's a lower high, and maybe this will end up being a lower high. We don't know yet. We're having some Monday. Now the positives. The positives are prices above all the pertinent moving averages, right? And so that's a positive. So we have a lot of mixed signals going on these charts. Also, as you know, we have a disparity between equal weight cues and the cap weighted cues, right? Looks very different. Looks very, very different, equal weighted versus cap weighted. So so again, we have a little bit of a divergence going on there. And so I would say definitely with any of these names that I'm going to offer to you today, if you decide to take any of them, definitely make sure that you manage your risk and keep it small. All right, so I'm going to say about that. Again, this is Deep View, and I'm going to slide this over so you guys can see some more of the different columns I have over here. So you see the relative volume, 20-day relative volume, also 20-day up-down volume over here, just so you know. And that's just the volume for the last 5 days, right over here. Okay. I'll also open up this panel over here, and this will show you the estimates, right? Earnings and sales estimates, prior and future expected estimates, right? Yeah, I guess some of them are future expected. There we go. I don't know why that one. There we go. That reset. All right, so here we go. First one is ARNC. And so again, it's been in a downtrend, right? But now we're starting to see it may be a change of character with this day right here, 19% move. Held the 23-day and looks like it wants to start to move up, right? You have this kind of, this trend line right there that it can kind of, flag out right from here. So that's ARNC. Next up is ELF. And ELF has, again, just holding up really strong compared to the market. And that makes me happy, right? Just kind of, you can kind of just go right here. And again, you can measure risk, above $75, $76. And I think you manage risk against this area. Below it, there's no reason to be involved. Floor and Decor. Another name that, again, we haven't looked at in a while, but you can easily say, it's kind of making this double bottom. You call this maybe a cup and handle if it comes back around. And just a little higher right there, kind of incorporate this, right? So $100. Above 100, I think we could be long Floor and Decor. Below 100, no reason to be involved. It's that simple. So this is Shift for Payments, FOUR. Again, you could go ahead and just stop and take a look at the different earnings and sales numbers down here. But you see it's definitely got some growth happening in it. And so it had this kind of basey look, broke out, came back, and now it's retesting, right? So if you want a good reward to risk, you can easily play this against, again, your choice, whether it's a 50-day or something else, maybe an area, maybe $64, something like that nature. That would be a place to manage risk, right? So if you're wrong, then it's a very small paper cut. And if you're right, then you got in at a pretty good price. You also don't need to buy a full position. You can always buy a half position or something else. GFL is next. And as you can see, we have this general area right there that this is trying to base below. You see how this was resistance, and we don't know yet what this will be. But it does look like a nice rounding bottom. Again, if above $34-ish or so, and it makes sense to be long this. Again, I like the uptrending 200-day moving average, again, and some growth coming into, name coming into it. GFS, this is from an IPO, fairly recent IPO, and it's really kind of just trying to figure itself out, right? So it's starting to get a little bit tighter in here, a little bit. So again, I don't love some of these wicks on top, but we know our level, right? So if it gets above $72, we'll call it $72, I think I would manage risk against that area. And it gets below the $68 or so, it gets back underneath here, I'd be out. GLBE, Global E, not sure what they do, but decent growth numbers coming into not quite profitability though, but getting closer. And again, it's got that launch pad type of setup where all the moving averages are really bunched up close to each other, and you can kind of set a downtrend line, something like that, I would say. So I like that you can manage risk against a moving average very easily. And overall, again, it's just trying to make its way. You could even, that's still a decent run though, from $29 to $35. When we look at it, is that roughly 22%, right? So if it does even just retest this top area right there, still a pretty good move. LNTH, again, near all-time highs. We have that general area. And so I don't know if it's going to come up here and then back off, then come and finally break out. It may do that, something like this, and then that, right? That's a possibility. But there's, again, a decent enough room from here to here. It's about 10-12% if you were interested in just that little play right there. And again, no idea if it's going to get up there or not, but it definitely has that uptrendy look to it. Open text. Again, this one, like many of these names, were beaten down, and now they're starting to come up again. So there's a lot of worries in the market, right? And these are just the best names that I can potentially find in that in that's still holding up well, right? So again, the market may rip on Monday or may get totally destroyed on Monday. I don't know, but let's have a good watch list ready, right? And so you see this little cup and handle right there, right? That's trying to make, so very easy, 37.25-ish. You can say probably maybe even 37, right? Moving averages that were kind of bunched up. It's a good looking chart, right? Good looking chart, nice base. And no idea if this is going to rip or not, but it's not bad. Palo Alto ripped off of earnings. Now it's kind of come back, retested the 23-day, and now we'll see if it can bust out or not, right? So above, 191-ish, right? Not too far away. I think you could be long Palo Alto with a low, with a stop below whatever pertinent area you think, whether it's this day or this candle or the 23-day, whatever you think. path, PATH. Again, another one that had a major downtrend after its IPO, right? And now we're trying to get back above certain areas. We know that this is going to be an area of supply right there, but the move from here to there is 23%-ish, right? That's pretty good. Again, good growth numbers happening on this one. It looks like they're getting into profitability, and so that's a positive, and sales are increasing as well. And so path, PATH, this is yeah, pretty good. I would say at least up until this, 20 to 2150-ish area. Pinterest is one I haven't looked at in a while, but it showed up on one of my scans, or a few of my scans. And you kind of have this general area. Again, know your earnings dates. I don't know when the earnings are for Pinterest. But you had this major decline, right? You had the big move up, big top, major decline, trying to make a bottom right here, and expanding this out. And I think, above 27 3/4, 27.50, something like that. I think that's a place to potentially go long, right? Below it, no reason to. SHC, again, this one very volatile, as you can see, had just a gigantic down, then a gigantic up. I mean, this is one that is not for the faint of heart, but it does have this general area, and it's holding up kind of tight now with the moving averages catching up. So that's an area that, if it breaks above 1850-ish, right, that would be a place that you can manage risk against. TER, Teradyne. Again, we are looking at this general area, right? And it's trying to make this kind of basey look to it. Again, we don't know what's going to happen, but a break above, it's above 100, which is kind of nice. So you move above 110, right? That's about right. Move above 110, you got the bunched up moving averages, pretty good. Wingstop, WING. This one is like right there near all-time highs. It's doing everything right, holding up very, very well. You could easily play the breakout and then manage risk against 187. And the last one is Workiva. WK. Again, just totally got destroyed, and now it's trying to make a comeback. Looks like it just about filled this gap. So, excuse me, fill the gap. So we'll see what it does here. But a breakout, now I think makes a lot of sense to you be long on the breakout, and no reason to be involved if it's below $93 or so. All right, so that's what I got for you this week. I hope you all are doing well. It's a volatile market. Just be careful with any longs at all in this market. That's my opinion on that. Your money. You make your own decisions. Hope you all doing well. Again, this is Deep View. If you're interested, check out, I'm sure it's like deepview.com. Yeah, something like that. By Trader Line Group. And hope you all are doing well. Bye.